Hi, my name is Kirsten Bonsall, and I taught my lesson at Casa de la Cultura. The class is adult ESL students, which varies from about 7 to 13 students on any given day. I determined my students to be between levels 2 and 3. As an education minor, we are required to observe and teach at Casa de la Cultura. I taught my lesson on Thanksgiving vocabulary and writing comprehensible sentences. The students practiced this by creating a holiday recipe. Most of the students had a basic understanding of the Thanksgiving holiday, and even though they all came from different backgrounds, they were all able to complete the assignment to some degree. Here is a video of my lesson.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to try it. Is it 14?
Headlong and
Oh, yeah.
Hi guys, we're going to come back together and share our recipes that you would use to make food on Thanksgiving. So who wants to read theirs out loud first?
We made enchiladas for Thanksgiving. First, we boiled the chicken and let it cool down. Then we put it in a bar. But they're good.
just say microwave, press the button. It's supposed to very different.
Making popcorn.
I didn't do it.
Making what?
Popcorn.
Okay. How'd you do that?
You take the bag of popcorn and put it in the microwave.
Good job. Alright, what's yours?
And peel potato and in hot water and must. Then add salt and
Did you write one? Is everyone close to done? Yeah, almost done.
For Thanksgiving, I'm going to get
Okay, couple more.
together with my family and celebrate it. It's one of my favorite seasons of the year, like holidays. So because everybody is, living in one house and celebrating it, and also we're going to make a part of my relatives. They make either turkey, and the other one make like pork. So that's what basically we're going to do for them. Be reunited, celebrate it. It's fantastic. And eat a lot.
Alright, so we have a few minutes left if you want to work on the problem. I used two approaches to accommodate my students in this lesson, MPIs and funds of knowledge. When you have students of various proficiency levels, it is important to accommodate and assess them appropriately. I expected level 2 students to finish their vocab worksheets, but to not be the first ones who volunteered to read aloud. I also expected their recipes to be shorter and less complex. For level 3 students, I expected them to finish their vocab worksheets with ease and to be the ones who volunteered to read aloud first. I also expected their recipes to be more complex and comprehensible. I also utilized the students' funds of knowledge by asking them to create a recipe they have or would have made for the holiday Thanksgiving. This allowed for students to be more engaged and interested in their writing and more excited to share their answers with the group. Here are some of the guided vocab worksheets that were used in our lesson. The goals of my lesson were for students to contribute in group discussion of vocabulary, words, and their meanings, and to complete the worksheets with assistance from their tutors. Not only did I want them to excel in their vocabulary, I wanted them to be able to understand the holiday and its traditions enough to create a recipe for something that they would make. Overall, did students achieve the lesson goals? I believe the students did achieve the lesson goals. They volunteered to read aloud, shared their recipes, and participated in whole group discussions, and with the help of their tutors, they completed their recipes, although some Level 2 students did not complete the entirety of their lessons. Having the group come together as a whole to learn and review the vocabulary words was a success. This allowed for students to participate and allowed me to check for their understanding. Also, allowing the students to work one-on-one with their tutor allowed them to stay focused on the task at hand and have extra help if they needed it. Most students completed the tasks flawlessly. However, Level 2 students were not able to make a recipe using Thanksgiving vocabulary that we learned at the beginning of the lesson. Higher proficiency students were able to complete the task with only a little bit of help from their tutors. What I learned from teaching was that I enjoy teaching students who are eager to learn and focused in the classroom. Teaching a class with mixed proficiency levels is difficult, but it is doable. And once again, your lesson never really goes as planned, but that's okay.